Did you know that in free-to-play multiplayer shooter Rogue Company, just before jumping out of the plane to begin the match, you can find this sign? Now, the sign starts off normal enough. However, you're soon told that in case of emergency, backup hot pockets can be found under the sea, which sounds like my kind of emergency. Hello and welcome to Hidden Video Game Details, the series that aims to show you things that you may not have known about your favourite games so that you can look really clever in front of a pumpkin spice latte. Don't forget to leave a like on this video, and if you do, I'll send you a wooden spoon featuring Nicolas Cage's face. Anyway, without further delay, let's get started. Right, let's begin today's video with more Max Payne 3. Now, over the last few episodes of this series, we've covered loads of really cool details from the excellent third-person shooter, but it turns out there are still more things to find. During Chapter 4, Max finds himself in a bar needing a quick getaway. Now, the exit is clearly marked, so obviously you're expected to guide Max through the door. But if you don't, Max will think this.
It said exit above the door in big red letters.
So Max will make sure that you notice the exit sign above the door. Dialogue like this always makes me smile, as I can only imagine players got lost in playtesting, so this dialogue was added to make sure those same players knew where to go. Next up is The Looker. The Looker is a free-to-play puzzle game that can be found on Steam. In typical puzzle game fashion, things begin easy enough, but it's not long before you're tearing your hair out, cursing the name of the person who invented this seemingly impossible puzzle. Well, like all good puzzle games, The Looker doesn't just leave you in the dark. There is a hint button, but whether you find it helpful or not is a different matter entirely.
You can do it. I believe in you. This is all you. Yeah, keep trying. Yeah, there's a trick to it, but you've got it. Yeah, maybe you can't do it. Maybe you're weak. Maybe you're stupid. You should be embarrassed, but you keep crawling back like a mewling calf at my chafing teat. Pathetic.
I mean, it's more of an encouragement button than a hint button, but hey, I'll take what I can get. Now, in the last episode of this series, we discovered a couple of special reloads in Battlefield 2042. One of these secret reloads even saw your chosen soldier reload their pistol upside down. Well, it turns out that there are more special reloads in 2042, with the first one being seen when using the M416. The other reload isn't as flashy, and to be honest, I'm not sure if it totally makes sense.
Call in when you need a support drop.
So it looks like your soldier throws their gun on the floor before pulling another one out of who knows where and reloading that instead. Yeah, I don't get it either. Up next is series regular Modern Warfare 2. Now, this detail from Modern Warfare 2 is either incredible foreshadowing or incredible laziness. Oh, and be warned, this detail does contain spoilers, so if you want to avoid those, head to the time on screen now. Right, during the Alone mission, you have to dodge Graves and his shadows as they brutally slaughter civilians in a Mexican town. Now, the reason that you're supposed to avoid Graves and his team is that you're currently unarmed. Well, to see this detail, we need to have a face-to-face with Graves. So, did anything about the way that Graves shot Soap seem familiar? Well, plenty of you have pointed out that this animation is very similar to the ending of the No Russian Mission, where Makarov shoots CIA operative Joseph Allen.
That was no message. This is a message.
What do you think? To me, the way they both grab your character's right arm before shooting your character in the chest area has to be intentional. Whether it's a callback to Modern Warfare 2 2009, foreshadowing what's to come, or really is just a reused animation, I'll let you guys decide. Next up is the brilliant Spiderman Miles Morales. Now, one of my favourite type of video game details is subtitles. Now, I know what you're thinking. What could be more boring than reading when you're supposed to be playing? But some developers use the subtitles to highlight moments in the story that might pass you by. For example, at the beginning of Miles Morales, Peter informs Miles that he's going to be out of town for a while, meaning that Miles is in charge of the city whilst he's away. See if you can spot the change in the subtitles.
See you in a few weeks, Spider-Man. New York's only Spider-Man. I'm New York's only Spider-Man. I'm New York's only Spider-Man. Please don't screw this up.
So, did you notice it? Well, when Peter leaves after telling Miles he is now New York's only Spider-Man, Miles' name in the subtitles will change from Miles to Spider-Man. Now, I know this is hardly the most mind-blowing detail in the world, but what can I say? I personally love it. Right, let's end today's video with Apex Legends. Now, we have covered Apex Legends a few times in this series before, with some of my personal favourite details being the interactions between the game's various characters. Personally, I'd argue that the Apex Legends lore is the deepest of all the Battle Royale games, and it got even deeper when Newcastle was added to the game. Newcastle is a defensive operator that was introduced in Season 13. He is the missing brother of Apex original Bangalore, which must make shooting each other a little awkward. Well, it turns out that being family does actually mean something in Apex Legends. Here is what Newcastle's finisher looks like normally.
Buster downed.
So yeah, a standard finisher that will definitely do what it's supposed to do. However, if you try to perform a finisher on Newcastle's sister Bangalore, this will happen instead.
Buster downed.
You never could dance.
And you never could beat me.
Now, if you have siblings, you should be familiar with the dance that Newcastle just did. It's the "I just whipped your ass, but I still love you" dance. So that's it. If you enjoyed this video, then leaving a like is really appreciated. If you are a fan of Easter egg secrets and hidden details in video games, then perhaps consider subscribing, as that's what this channel is all about. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll speak to you all soon.